Hello, friends. All right, I'm back in the kitchen. I'm going to make some dinner for today. I bought these sweet potatoes in a haul. They were all $1. It was a whole bag of them, so I cooked them up. I just boiled them with a little salt. So I want to use those, and those I cooked ahead because those I'll use for more than one dish. I have my black beans that I cooked the other day, and along with my rice. So what I want to do is I want to make sweet potato black bean burger. So I'm going to put together some ingredients and hopefully come up with something tasty. Well, I just watched my couple of clips while I was making the burgers, and for some reason what I recorded when I was actually putting the ingredients in, the footage didn't record. So I'm just going to tell you what I put in the mixture. So I used 1 cup of black beans, 1 cup of the sweet potatoes. Now that was before they were mashed, so just chunks of sweet potatoes. I used half a cup of the seasoned rice. Use any seasonings you want in these. I used 2 tablespoons of the flax seed, about half of a cup of the seasoned breadcrumbs. I used a good tablespoon and a half of Baby Ray's barbecue sauce and a tablespoon of taco seasoning, and it's the taco seasoning that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. So, and it's fairly salty, so use more or less whatever your taste is. I mean, you can taste these. There's no raw eggs or anything in them, so taste them and see what you like. But anyway, those are the ingredients, and I will hopefully remember to link the recipe down below. Now, I have not fried these, but you can definitely fry them. I do like them baked because I don't like all that oil. So let me make sure. Oh, and then I put about a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon, again to taste, of onion powder and garlic powder. So that's all. It's a pretty basic recipe. Did I say half a cup of rice? I think I did. Anyway, yes, I did. It's a very basic recipe, one that you can mix and match your flavors. You can make it Southwest. You can make it any flavor you like, depending on what spices you put in there. So anyway, I just wanted to come back and give you the actual ingredients other than just looking at a big bowl of stuff. And I'm going to go ahead and put my burger together. And the rice I made it like a Spanish rice with a tomatoey flavor. So let me get a little bit more onion powder in here. And then I'll get this smashed up and I'm going to taste it and see if it's good. Okay, that's good, because I already have onion in there anyway. So I want to mash this up so that not everything is real smushy. I'm going to put some breadcrumbs in this yet too. So here's some breadcrumbs that I just seasoned. I did not put salt in here, but I did put Italian herbs. So I'm going to put a good half a cup. So save your bread heels and those things, and make yourself some breadcrumbs. Waste not, want not, right? And then here I have some ground flax. I want to keep this vegan today, but you can add an egg, but I'm just going to add a couple of tablespoons of flax. I'm not making a flax egg out of this because I'm going to have lots of moisture from the sweet potatoes and the black beans, and I don't want this burger to be mushy. So that's the equivalent of 2 eggs. That should hold it together. So there we have it, and I'll give this a taste. See if it's any good. Alright, I'm going to mix this all up before I mash it. And I can always add a little bit more liquid if I need to. But I'm going to let this sit for half an hour or so that the flax can absorb some of the moisture. So right now it's looking kind of dry, but I haven't smashed it up yet, so take my handy dandy masher and get this mashed up. Now I don't want this real mushed. I just want to mush it enough to keep it together in a burger. So this is almost like a meal in one. You've got your beans and rice, which is a complete protein. And then you've got your sweet potatoes, which of course is your starch. So you really don't need anything else unless you have like a nice salad with it. Maybe put a piece of cheese on top. Now this is totally plant-based. But like I said, you could put eggs in here if you wanted to. And you can either bake them, and I would say at 375 for, I'm guessing, a half an hour or so. Or you can do them in the frying pan and heat them up that way. So this is the consistency that I have, and I really don't want it any more mushed up than that. You can also add other veggies to this if you want. If you have eggplant or zucchini or yellow squash, corn would be good in here. But this is what I'm going to put in for now. So I'll let that sit and give it a taste and see if I need any other spices. Okay, so I'm using an ice cream scoop, and I'm just scooping out some portions here. Now you can make as much of this as you want. If you're not going to use it all, I think you can freeze it, or you can keep it like this in the refrigerator for 2 or 3 days, because it doesn't have egg in it. Although it does have onion in it, I would leave the onion out if I'm going to keep it. But you can always just smash together the beans and the sweet potatoes and freeze them for another meal. So it looks like I'm going to get 5 burgers out of this, which is plenty for me. And then I'm going to flatten these out a little bit. My tray is a little on the small side, but we'll make it work, because that's what we do in Ellen's kitchen. Alright, and then I have a little one that maybe I will just make a meatball out of or something. Oh, there's a couple of them here that have a little less, so I'll stick it in with that. I don't like real thick burgers. I like them a little thinner, but that's my preference. So there we go. Now what I want to do is get a spoon and wet it a little bit and just flatten these. Now I've decided to bake mine. I did not add any other additional spices. They're very flavorful the way they are. And you really do want to wet the spoon. If you want to use your fingers, I would wet my fingers a little bit because this will stick. Now this will probably make somewhat of a little bit of a softer burger inside. It's not going to be like meat because it's a veggie burger. So I'm going to go ahead and get these smashed up, and then I'm going to bake them. I'm going to bake them at, I'll start off at 400 and see how that browns, and then I will flip them halfway through. I'm going to go for 20 minutes, flip them, and I'll see how firm they are. Alright, there's my 4 burgers. The 5th one wouldn't fit, so I'll just bake that one later. But so far it's very tasty. At this point, if you want to freeze them, I would put some parchment paper in between, or freeze them like this until they're solid, and then you can freeze them that way. And this should last a few months anyway in your freezer. But like I said, if you're going to just keep this mixture in your refrigerator, I wouldn't put the onion in. I would just add the onion before I cook it. So I'll be back when these are all baked. Alright, so here are my sweet potato black bean burgers. They're nice and done. I baked them on 400 for 20 minutes, turn them over, and then bake them for another 10. So there they are. And I'm going to make these into a burger. And I'll be back when I plate it up. Okay, so here is my dinner. Here is my burger. I have some Bio-Life cheddar cheese. I have the twice baked potato that I made yesterday, and I just put a little ranch dressing on top. And I'm going to keep this burger simple. Let's see if I can't bring you a little bit closer. I'm dealing with a very tiny tripod here. Hopefully that doesn't fall over. And what I'm going to put on my burger is this pineapple salsa, and I believe I got this from Aldi's. It's the Casa Mamita brand. Yes, it's from Aldi's, and it's pretty darn good. Now I toasted my bun. I put a little butter and just a little bit of garlic powder on there. Not garlic salt, but garlic powder. So I'm going to put this on top of my burger and just keep it simple, because I'm being lazy and I don't feel like getting the lettuce and all that out. Onion would be good on here, but there is onion in the burger. So that is that, and then I made some corn on the cob, and this is just corn. And the way I made this, I left it in the husk and cooked it in the microwave for 3 minutes, and it always turns out perfect. So let me cut this burger in half for you so that you can see what the burger looks like. And when you're baking this, start keeping an eye on it at about 25 minutes. You may not need a whole half an hour. So this is what it looks like. And now I'm going to give it a taste. Yummy. That pineapple salsa is really good. I shouldn't talk with my mouth full. It's so good, I'm going to put some more on. And you could even, if you have salsa instead of barbecue sauce, you can put that in the burger if you like. It's a very, very versatile recipe. So that's that. And I'm going to have a little bit of my potato. Now I just reheated this in the oven along with the burger. And I don't have a fork, so I'm going to use a spoon. And we already tasted this yesterday. So I just reheated it. Yum. I love ranch dressing on a baked potato. I love it much more than sour cream. Try my corn. Oh, this is so sweet. And this corn's been in the refrigerator for 3 or 4 days. But it always turns out super sweet if you make it in the husk in your microwave. Okay, my friends. That's all I have for you today. Give this a try. I think you'll like it if you like bean and sweet potato burgers. And bon appetit! If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching!